Hey there guys, DMO73 here, bringing you one of the deck profiles for the day. This is the Alice Cluster Reflect Refrain Necrolance list that you saw me run. So let me just go ahead and run through it for you real quick. So obviously Ruler is Reflect Refrain. It's kind of pinnacle to the whole idea of Necrolance. And then you kind of flip it over to Refrain to kind of search for your finished combo piece, or to kind of control the board once you're trying to get to the grind game. Not really much to say about the Ruler, it's Reflect Refrain. The stone count is 4 Ruler's Memoria, just because you have a splash of kind of every color right now, and then 6 Firestones, because your primary color is red. Those are your main combo pieces, is red, but with the small amount of splashing and the ability to filter with Reflect, just 4 Ruler's Memoria is really all you need. For Resonators, we run 4 Rukh Egg and 4 Guinevere. The Rukh Eggs are kind of less important now. They're more of a chump blocker or a kind of consistency, just to kind of get you that last combo piece as opposed to putting on pressure. Guinevere is kind of the real heavy hitter right now, as she is one of the main ways to get Necromancy of the Undead Lord to your grave. Lots of cool things that you can do with these 2 cards, and definitely draw power is super important right now in Alice Cluster. Then, of course, we have the 4 Lancelots, kind of the pinnacle of the whole, I mean, it's the name of the deck, Necrolance. Like, you need Lancelot to be able to make that work, be able to burn stuff and swing in for damage right off the cuff. Then we have 3 Heras, with the ability to filter because of Reflect and stuff. This deck uses a lot of like small tech choices that are really important and can make major plays happen right now, kind of regardless of the matchup. So Hera, Goddess of Jealousy, 5/5, pop a Regalia, draw a card. This is really helpful in Reflect Refrain mirrors. You know, pop their orbs while your orbs stay around, free draw cards. You can do all kinds of stuff with this. Pop the Death Scythe or something like that, so you can go off with Swiftness. Lots of different things that you can do, but very, very important card right now. And then 2 Herald, Angel of Wisdom, Cherubim. Excellent card to be able to make use of the Apollos, as well as to be able to pop Lancelots or other big creatures in red or black. Plus it becomes a 7/7 flyer, which is awesome. And then 3 Uthrs. I honestly think this is one of the most underrated, one of the most powerful, if not underrated, fire resonators of the format right now. Incredibly strong. The ability to, it targets J rulers, which is awesome. With one of the few cards now in Alice Cluster we have so far that does it. And you can just target something, you know, RFU some cards in your graveyard and burn it. Like, you can deal potentially 5,000 or 1,000 damage to a J ruler just by removing 5 drop worth of 2 cards. So really, really strong, especially when played off of Flame King Shout. And then just a 1 of Pricia, just for some extra reach. I was finding that I was enjoying having Uthr on the board more than I was enjoying having Pricia, but I still wanted 1 to be able to get some target attacks in, some kind of swing for that little final bit of damage with flying, or to be able to stack it off to kind of 3-drop Thunder just to end the game. Still also can, you know, with target attack and first strike, can still kill J rulers, so also really important. For the Regalia, we run 4 Change the World. I mean, it's pretty important in the fact, I mean, like, you can definitely win games without it, as you saw in the match, but like, it's just kind of it does push you ahead in the mirror. It's super important. And then when you're in the mid to late game, being able to bounce or search multiple times in one turn with Reflect is really awesome. And then 4 Interdimensional Vessel Apollo. I know you're wondering why 4 when you only have one thing that uses Moonwill. We really only use it for tapping to sacrifice it and bounce a creature, because it lets you dodge removal. Like, it's super important. Like, you can have a Lancelot on board, your opponent wastes 3 will to try to play a Cherubim, you just go, okay, that's cute, I'm going to bounce my Lance back to my hand, and then just replay it next turn. You know, it's about, you know, saving your resources, making sure that Lances stay on board or in play, potential play, for as long as possible, and this definitely helps you do that. And then 1 of Horn of the Sacred Beast, to be able to mess with mirrors, as well as to be able to kind of shuffle your deck back in if you kind of run out of resources and the game's going long. And then a 1 of Laevateinn, just in case you need to kind of poke a little bit faster, to be able to get that instant speed search off of Reflect, or an instant speed bounce, just to be able to finish off the game. Addition-wise, just the 4 Necromancy of the Undead Lord. You're gonna find them in your grave a lot. You actually are gonna be hard casting them from the hand sometimes, which is not a bad thing, because I've even actually like hard casted onto a Rukh Egg just so that I can block with the Rukh Egg and get it into grave. Like, you gotta get these bad boys into grave as fast as possible. And so definitely sticking them onto kind of whatever you can, if the timing's right, is not a bad idea. And then 3 Flame King Shouts, just to be able to burn the board, bring in an Uthr. So one of the nasty things that you can do with this is you can cast Flame King Shout, resolves, goes to the grave, and you bring in Uthr. And then one of your cards that you RFG for Uthr is Flame King Shout, because it'll technically be in the grave. And so you get to deal 600 damage right off the cuff. And if you have another 2-drop that's like a Hera or a Lance that's dead, bam, that's a grand of damage to something on top of the already 400 they're taking from Flame King Shout. So really, really brutal there. And then just 1 of Rapid Growth and 1 of Final Forfeit. The 1 of Rapid Growth is just in case for that little extra push, just to be able to get that little bit of last bit of damage, especially with a Pricia or something like that. Or if I'm just not finding my Necromancies, being able to cast this twice from grave, or once from hand, once from grave with a Lancelot is really, really nice. And a Final Forfeit is just to be able to turn off J-Rulers for a turn, like Kakia or something like that. I can just go Final Forfeit. They have no abilities for the turn. I can just kind of go to town at that point. So really, really nice. Also steals flying and other simple skills, which is sweet. So that is it for the list, guys. Let me know what you thought about it in the comment sections down below, what you would do differently, what kind of stuff that you like about the deck, and like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, this is DMO73 signing off.